It is important that the operations staff realize that the security of our information and the security of information systems is an integral part of their job. They are, in many ways, the people we're relying on the most to maintain the confidentiality of sensitive private information, personal health information, personally identifiable information, trade secrets, marketing plans, all of the things we have to protect from being inappropriately disclosed to unauthorized personnel. It's also, of course, our operations staff that maintains the integrity of processes and the integrity of data, as well as, of course, ensuring the availability of systems, being aware of single points of failure, building in the redundancy, the clustering, the monitoring, in case there are any types of equipment or even network failures. We have designed many different security controls. Hopefully we're monitoring those controls to know, are there issues? Are there any types of alerts that are coming in? And I can say one of the things that's always been most disappointing for me is when we go in to do an audit or a review and we see here there are symptoms and there are items in logs that could have alerted the organization to some type of a problem. However, the IT staff didn't take action. We even in some cases have caused an issue to see will they be alerted and escalate and follow the plan. And yet what do we find? In many cases, well, they're too busy with other things. We have had some very major breaches of large organizations where they had security information and event management systems that signaled a problem, but nobody reacted to it. This is where, as auditors, we realize that one of the problems we face is that there are many good tools out there, but quite often there hasn't been enough priority placed within the operations staff on the monitoring and response when something comes in from that security environment, whether or not it's through an intrusion detection system, through a firewall, through other types of logs. Are we monitoring and actively seeking out for any types of problems within the operational environment? We know that many of the applications we face today have vulnerabilities. Those vulnerabilities need to be patched. We need to address any vulnerabilities through closing off unnecessary ports, protocols, services, through in many cases hardening our systems down, through, we can say very often, with vulnerability management, we become aware of problems so that we can build in a stronger resilience and resistance to any type of an attack. The idea with vulnerability management is that I have to be aware of what equipment I have to be aware of any problems that are ongoing, and I don't have to just wait for something to happen, but quite often proactively look to see, do we have a problem we can address before it really becomes a serious problem? In the world of information security, this is all about detecting and responding effectively when an attack happens. Are we aware of what's happening on our systems, and do we have incident response plans that we are following consistently? Are we learning from those to make sure that we can be better at prevention, better at detection, and certainly better then at responding to an attack that would happen again in the future? In many ways, one of the most important security precautions we build is ensuring we control access to IT assets. We control so people only have access that require it, but also that they only have the level of access they require, so that we enforce concepts such as least privilege, where a person only has the level of access they need to do their job, but also only for the time they need it. In many cases, this is where we get a slight problem. A person's user ID may be active 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, when really they should only have access during normal business hours. Bringing in that concept of least privilege means that even if someone tried to misuse that account after hours, it wouldn't work. This is an important part, certainly, of trying to protect our systems by enforcing these concepts such as least privilege and need to know.